Hello, Cheryl, Ling. My little selfie stick is still celebrating with a Patriot. This is the Patriot beanie hat. Yeah, somebody wrote me and said, "Oh, I could have made one for you." I don't know how to do that little fuzzy thing. I suppose everything is made in China. So I just made a video, my first Mandarin video. Go check it out. 我讲的全部都是中文，除了有几个字我在讲说。中国菜啊，广东菜。Anyways, so I speak really fluent Chinese. Well, good enough to argue. I'm stepping down a little bit. This is my home in my yard. Just to give you a little intro. My Chinese name is Ling, and I have my prized collection of. Can you see that? Some school. Well, these are cow bones. I did not kill that cow. Don't kill a cow. Okay, I'm still trying to get used to the selfie stick. I like selfie because you're gonna go woo, do a little dance, da 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 da. Casey and the Sunshine Band. Anybody remember them? Anyway, so I've been talking about the Orville Dam. I'm so still pissed out. Oh my God, just. Don't get me started. I get so pissed off. I can't get enough of it. Anyways, I'm not going to talk about it today. And I think people probably watched the Oscar and say, what the hell went wrong? Everybody wanted to attack Donald Trump. I mean, what's wrong with this Hollywood? You know, it's strange that my roommate told me the reason why people turn left, because it is a mental sickness being left. It just deviates from the way that God made us, because we're supposed to be children of God and love one another and protect our borders. That's part of the thing, right? It's self-consciousness and preservation, individual freedom. But the left has so much. They got so much money, and they have so much turned upside down. What the nature, what the Lord has put in us as human beings. It's funny, my roommate told me that. I don't know how true it is. He said that it's because back in the 60s, I think those were the flower child days. People turned into hippies, and then they want to have free sex. So in order to have free sex, you have to cover up your conscience. When I say cover up, meaning just ditch it, because the conscience tell you there's a God, and you're afraid. You're thinking that you're violating something God has ordained, because marriage is really within sex is within marriage. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know how true it is that, but that still resonates in my mind. I couldn't figure it out. I go, really? Just because of that? Because of the wantonness of folks that just want to go out and have free sex, right? And so they have to trample God aside, and then therefore they just become so violently left, meaning like the progressive left. It's just the total opposite of what normal people are. I think there's abnormal. I don't get it. And like I said, I live in this society. I mean, I try to fit in. I'm in California, but that's hard, because Hollywood is left-wing liberals, and they hate Trump so much. It was funny. I think I heard Rush Limbaugh said it, because I don't take credit for it, that the screw up on the Oscar when they announced the best pictures, the La La Land, because they turned out to offend anybody. The bad thing was that they disqualified the 14-hour, 13-hour, whatever it takes. I went to see the movie about Benghazi, so the liberals, obviously, they hate anything to do with the truth, behind Benghazi. Well, if you don't know Benghazi, it was the violent attack in Libya. If you don't know about Libya, I know, oh gosh, it's a long story. Gaddafi was, he was a dictator, but it's just like so many other countries that we've taken out leaders and it got worse, because when there was a vacuum, there's ISIS, meaning the terrorists, the leeches of the maggots, they start to penetrate, infiltrate, since there's nothing filled in that vacuum. I mean, so is with our lives. You know, there's vacuums, and I believe this is true. Without God, and we fill our lives with other junk, and then we're possessed, and seriously, it becomes demonic. When I say demonic, I don't mean like go foam in the mouth. I mean just leaning towards that spirit. So, you know, with the Benghazi, the embassy, our ambassador Stephen got killed. You know, when we call out for help, there was no help sent. Supposedly, Hillary Clinton was the Secretary of State. That, you know, she just totally ignored it. I don't want to change her sex orientation right now, but that was it. It was a good movie. I want you to see it. It's a great expose, because you know, obviously the folks that have tried to cover up, meaning Hillary Clinton and you know, the Obama White House, they lied about the Benghazi. You know, the whole thing was a war. It's a terrorist event. But they tried to cover it up by saying that it was caused by some kind of radical video making fun of Muhammad. That just shows you, like, you know, now those people have no sense of humor, right? I'm talking about those people, the evil people. The evil ones there, or the ones that are beheading, you know, mutilate people's genitals and all that kind of stuff. That's sick. It's satanic. It is. Because when you take another person who's made an image of God and carve their head out. I mean, these things, I don't know if you watched the video. I can't. They use it for propaganda. These are not people. They are totally evil. They are the maggots from the pit of hell. I mean, to use a little dull knife and to carve somebody's head out. You know, until they scream, until they cut their throat. So, you know, blood just fills their throats. And, you know, that kind of torture, that's a mutilation. That's satanic. So they have to be dealt with. These people, I'm talking about that, were scheme day and night, that hates us. It hates us because we believe in Jesus Christ. We're Christians and Jews. They want to exterminate us in the most crude way. And I just don't understand. You know, this is the day and age is totally different now ever since 9/11. Even as liberal, when I say New York, were, as far as 9/11 went, we said we would never forget. And we forgot. Because now, did you see that? There's so vehement demonstration calling Trump racist just because we can't vet these people from Syria or Iran, Iraq. And again, that was designated by Obama administration that these are terrorist-ridden countries. They print their own passports. You know, if you ask the Syrian government, they'll tell you that these ISIS folks got hold of the passport agency machines. Iraq, because, you know, there's just no law in these places. And then you want them to come in. You just can't blame Trump now, because he's trying to help us. So you got this evil judge, James Robart, you know, out of nowhere. And these are appointees by, I don't care, Bush or Obama. They're liberals. It means that they will put your life at risk and allow these so-called terrorists to come into really your towns. Really, seriously, because they disperse this so-called the refugees or visa entries, visitors that try to hurt us. Al-Qaeda or ISIS already said that they have terrorist cells. They're ready to strike within the United States. So it mind boggles me. What's wrong with these people, so-called judges? Don't they have a mind, a heart, you know, just any senses? Even if they don't, but they're in positions to get me killed. I'm just saying, get yourself killed. If you want these refugees, you know, fine, take them in your house. Don't use my money to fly them over. That's what basically they do. And then there's like so much, I suppose, like billions of dollars that's appropriated. So per head, there's a charge to settle them. So they're figuring out it's going to be like I think it's $25,000 to $30,000, including their flies over here, and then they're some kind of so-called charitable, but they're really in for the money, because if you're charitable agencies, even Lutherans, refugee service, it's not charitable, because they got hundreds of millions of tax dollars and they charge per head. So when there's no refugees, they can't make any money. So they become a governmental agency. You see what I'm saying? So they have to, this way, justify how they take your money. And basically, like I said, then they disperse them into your community by the busloads, really, without you even knowing it. That's how the takeover seeps through. And that was during Obama. Obama wanted to bring like another 250,000 all these European refugees, when in fact the most humane thing to do is to when you have the refugee programs in those countries, and they have safe zones. I don't know too much about the safe zones, but I would think that definitely that would be a lot better than bringing them here and possibly festering some kind of attacks later. Okay, I was just chit-chatting with you again. Cheryl, Ling. This is my new channel, so please